What is good, everybody? It is your boy Bainbridge Omega back again with another channel. As always, if you like my content right here, just like or subscribe. Today's topic, we're going to talk about Bullet Club. We haven't really discussed a lot about Bullet Club since Jay White has left. Now, if you're living under a rock for the past month or so, let me break it down to you. Jay White was completely upset that he lost the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship from Kazuchika Okada at Wrestle Kingdom 17 this past January. And during his interview, he tried to look back at the moment to which he faltered. And that was back then last year when he wanted Hikuleo to make a choice between joining Bullet Club or joining with his family, Tama Loa and Tamayo, the Gorillas of Destiny. I'm probably butchered that shit up, and my bad, Tonga, Tama, Tonga, Tama. I'm gonna have to delete this bullshit. Anyway, Hikuleo sided with his family. Jay White was pissed off. And then on New Year's Dash, the very next day, Jay White told Hikuleo, "You and me, one-on-one, loser leaves Japan." Which brings us to the New Beginning Tour this past February, in which Hikuleo defeated Jay White. And now Jay White can no longer wrestle in Japan. But that did not stop there. The following week, or at least a few days later, at New Japan's Battle in the Valley, and that's the pay-per-view in which we saw Mercedes Moné make her New Japan debut and became the IWGP Women's Champion. Jay White fought against Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston says, "If I beat you, you no longer work for New Japan." And as you can see, Eddie Kingston defeated Jay White. And now, officially, Jay White can no longer wrestle in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Which brings us to the topic for today. We're going to talk about two sides of the situation. The first side being Jay White, the other side being Bullet Club. Let's get this out of the way. First, Jay White. All signs are pointing for him to go to the WWE. I mean, there's three options I want to talk about, but the first obvious option is going to be the WWE. The man has done everything he can in Japan, in ROH, in Impact, and in AEW. The only place that he has not made a splash for himself as of yet is the WWE, which is perfect for Jay White because Finn Balor is there, AJ Styles is there, and Cody Rhodes is there. So, and not to mention the Good Brothers are also there. So for Jay White, he will be fitting right at home with his brethren. And would this be apropos for Triple H and the WWE to acquire almost every single leader of the Bullet Club in their organization? Finn Balor, which is Prince Devitt, AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes, and soon it will be Jay White. Now, all the WWE needs is to get Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks on board, and the WWE will become the first and only ever organization to have every single leader of Bullet Club since is it Tonga Wo? Tama Tonga. Yeah, thank you. Tama Tonga. He's like the second leader in command back in the day until he turns good, but more on him later. That will be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. I mean, for Jay White, if he wants to be a superstar, if he wants to make himself some money, the WWE is the only place for him to go to make that happen. Now, before you think of me as some, cheerleader for the WWE, I just want to say straight out the bat that I do not like the WWE and its style of wrestling whatsoever. Now, I've watched the WWE since I was a kid, but that doesn't mean that I am joined by the hip by the WWE. I feel that there are other great wrestling organizations out there that I enjoy better than that. But with that being said, from a business standpoint, if I'm thinking like Jay White, this will be the perfect option to go to. And of course, it has been reported that the WWE has been heavily interested into signing Jay White as soon as his contract with New Japan is finally over. I mean, the possibilities can be endless. He can feud with Finn Balor. He can feud with AJ Styles. He can feud with Cody Rhodes for the title because Cody will win the title. And Seth Rollins could be a great matchup to go with. Or all of them can be a faction. Imagine a Bullet Club type faction that consists of Balor, Styles, Jay White, Cody. Well, maybe the Cody will be the antagonist in all this. But you also add the Good Brothers in there. There you go. You got something to replace the Bloodline storyline right then and there. The catalyst of professional wrestling coming to the biggest wrestling organization in the WWE. And just creating chaos over it. That will make for great television. I mean, the other options that he can have are AEW, which he already has done. And although from a wrestling standpoint, it would be great to see him fight against the likes of MJF, or Bryan Danielson would be great, or against, say, Chris Jericho. Imagine the shit talking that goes between him and Chris Jericho, or even Jon Moxley. I mean, or even a rematch against Hangman Adam Page, that would be great. But of course, as many people know, as much as I love AEW, the booking decision is very suspect. And we saw the media scrum with Jay White. We don't know whether or not that he is playing a character or he's being dead serious about his thoughts and feelings about AEW. And plus, how often will he get, screen time? How often will he be able to be featured on a consistent basis? We still don't even have Miro. You rarely, have Lance Archer or any other person that's out there on AEW TV. It could be a convoluted mess completely. So I don't know, as much as I would love to see Jay White in AEW, I don't know if it's a right fit for him. But how about this? How about Jay White joins ROH? It's a fairly new promotion right now. I mean, it's in a clean slate. They just had their first show just last night. And the production, the way it was falling out, it looked very clean. With the roster they currently have, Jay White could be the biggest star in ROH. Imagine a fight between Jay White and Claudio Castagnoli for the ROH Championship. That would be absolutely insane. I will love it. I know a lot of people will love to see that. And he can take the direction whatever he wants because it will be his show. He will be the biggest star in ROH. He can control whatever the case may be. In the WWE, as big of a star that he is, do you really trust the McMahon machine? And we know McMahon is in full control creative. Do you trust Vince McMahon with Jay White's direction? Will he shoot him to the moon? What type of quality matches can we get from him? Or will it get watered down because the WWE style of wrestling completely sucks? It's watered down to a level that's more kid family friendly. Can Jay White actually do well knowing that he will have to tone down his language? He will have to tone down his demeanor, just to please the stockholders, investments. It's a corporate entity. Will he be comfortable traveling nearly 360 days a freaking year from house show to house show? I mean, it may not be such a thing for Jay White. You got to put that into consideration as well. Do you want to get micromanaged by the WWE? Are you comfortable having writers telling you how to think, how to talk, how to act? These are questions that only Jay White can answer. These are questions that, only him of his caliber can actually answer on it. I don't know. I know you guys don't know. But we'll just have to wait and see as the months unfold. I feel that this is going to be a very interesting spring coming into the summer. Now, this leads me to the second part of this discussion. A topic that a lot of people has yet to really talk about. And to be perfectly honest with you, this to me is the far more important one. This is far more important. Who's going to be the next leader of the Bullet Club? Okay? The Bullet Club has no leader. Jay White is gone. He can't compete in New Japan. He can't compete in Japan. The last time we saw him, for those who saw Battle in the Valley, he was about to say something until David Finlay came out of nowhere, beat him with a shillelagh. And with his explicit language, he just basically said he's going to take everything that he wants, one way or another. Kind of paraphrasing it here. Is David Finlay the next leader of the Bullet Club? I don't think so. To me, he doesn't look like the personified leader of the Bullet Club. And plus, with New Japan's booking, this will come straight out of left field, right? Now, I get it. He is best friends with Juice Robinson. Maybe Juice Robinson has, put in his ear that, hey, maybe you need to join Bullet Club. Hey, you need to do that. And maybe this is the perfect opportunity to do so. But I just don't see a guy like David Finlay truly running a faction, and a huge faction, right? You got Bad Luck Vale in Australia right now, recruiting new recruits for his Bullet Club rogue faction. Then you also have the House of Torture with Evil, Show, and all those guys. I mean, what else is out there? And then, of course, you have El Phantasmo. Perhaps El Phantasmo could be the next leader of that, but I don't even see that happening. First off, he lost his match against Tama Tonga in the Never Openweight Championship back in New Beginning. So usually, if you're going to be the leader of the Bullet Club, you will have every intention of being a world champion, or at least winning some type of championship. The man I mentioned before, Finn Balor, AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes, Jay White, Kenny Omega, they were all champions, all of them. El Phantasmo lost. So I just don't see him running a faction, and if he does, it's just gonna feel weird. It's gonna feel very goofy because I just don't see him as that type of guy yet. What about Gato? Right? He left Okada and Chaos Behind to join Jay White and lead this era of the Switchblade. And now he's leaderless. He's just dangling his his necklace, his chain completely. He is actually a head booker in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So where does that go from here? To me, and you could put in your comments and whatnot as who you think should be the next leader of the Bullet Club. I want you to tell me, who do you think the next leader of the Bullet Club should be before all this gets unfolded? But I'm going to tell you my theory, my analysis, my wishful thinking, perhaps, is that to become the leader of the Bullet Club, you have to show some type of presence. It has to be that aura about yourself that sells out the Tokyo Dome, right? Because being the leader of the Bullet Club is a huge deal. You're not just representing a faction. You're basically representing all of Gaijin wrestling. That's Japanese for Westerner, American. You're the only known Western faction in New Japan. And your presence, how you conduct yourself, it spreads to all other parts of the world, especially in the United States. So they want to see a familiar face. They want to see a guy who can command. They want to see a guy who can be ruthless, maniacal, vicious. He may need to be a villain. A villain. Where is Marty Scurll? Where the hell is Marty Scurll? Is he that censored? Seriously, I mean, is he that censored that he can't just come back to New Japan and become the leader of the Bullet Club? Because I miss him. I miss Marty Scurll, and I think a lot of people miss him too. We could talk about the allegations and the bullshit and whatever else there needs to be. It needs to stop, right? I've seen wrestlers do far more worse than what Marty Scurll has done. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, good. You don't need to know. But if you're still curious, you can Google it and you can find out yourself. But in all honesty, I think it would do great for New Japan. First off, his entrance is sick. Too sweet. Whoop, whoop. That was his doing. He got that rolling. Any arena that he comes in and wrestle in, he's going to get the loudest pop. AEW, he'll get the loudest pop. ROH, he'll get the loudest pop. New Japan, he'll definitely get the loudest pop. The guy is captivating. The guy has a presence. And honestly, maybe a faction in which you have Marty Scurll as the leader, flanked by Juice Robinson and David Finlay. I mean, it can work. It could definitely work. That's something that I will love to see. But like I said, I don't know who the next leader of Bullet Club will be. And for those who are asking, why can't it just be a Japanese guy? Well, because there's not really a bona fide Japanese leader that can lead this whole faction unless they were going to really make Bullet Club strictly a Japanese faction, and then that will be the end of it. You want Bullet Club to be full of Westerners. It plays to their heelish part so eloquently. We cut corners. We like to take shortcuts. We beat people up. We're brash. We're obnoxious. You know, we don't give a shit about anybody. We love money. We love women. We love power. We're greedy as fuck. I mean, that's every Westerner out there. At least that's most Westerners. If I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. All right. I kind of wish that Tama Tonga was not a face. I wish he remained a heel. I like him better as a heel. I get the story. I get the family. I get all of that. But it just doesn't work for me. It doesn't work well for me. Tama Tonga was really leading that pack. They were him. I mean, Tonga. Oh my God, I forgot his brother's name. I'm so sorry, guys. My brain is just coming home from work. I haven't gotten any sleep yet. I'm just out of it. But still, his brother, Bad Luck Fale. Those three men, they were really running. They are the originals of the Bullet Club. And New Japan decides to turn Tama Tonga into a good guy with his outfit consisting of mustard and ketchup. He looked like a Japanese McDonald's with that getup. A Japanese McDonald's Power Ranger minus the helmet. A Japanese McDonald's Ultraman minus the helmet. That's what he looks like to me now. Where's the brashness? Where's the charisma? It's all gone. Clean up his face. I don't even think Tama Tonga looks comfortable being a face. It probably looks good for his family and for his kids. But I know deep down inside, he's 10 times better as a heel. He is 10 times better as a badass heel. And we don't get that. Don't get that. I don't know. Maybe there'll be a ruse somewhere. Maybe his brother will be the one turning against Tama Tonga. What was it? Tamayo? Tamayo, I think his name is. I don't. I'm sorry. Sorry for butchering your names. I'm tired. I'm just sleeping. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. Let me know. Let me know. Just tell me. Tell me. And if you like everything I just talked about here, like, subscribe, channel. Until next time, this is Bainbridge Omega signing off. See ya.